What's up, y'all? It's Rafi, and here we go. We've got this game going on today. It's the Caro-Kann Defense now, and yeah, we're playing a 10-minute game with 5-second increment against Pojas, rated 1794 in Blitz, 2136 in Rapid. Pretty strong Rapid player. Probably doesn't play a lot of Blitz. Looks like he's played only a couple of Blitz games or hasn't played recently, because I do see a question mark next to his name. Alright, so let's get our pieces out. The exchange version of the Caro-Kann. If he plays the move c4, this might become what's called a Panov Botvinnik attack. With this move h3, he's stopping from us from playing g4 to get our bishop out normally, so we are going to play g6 here. And play bishop g7 castles, and eventually play bishop f5 and knight e4. And maybe e6 as well. I don't really care much about this doubled pawns here because we get such strong control of the e4 square in a lot of these lines. Alright, so he's going to put his bishop on f4. I want to see if I can maybe get in queen b6 here. If queen b6, say he plays something like, I don't know. Let's just say, I assume he plays b3, queen takes d4, bishop b5, check. And I lose my queen on d4. But maybe either way, this move, queen b6, might come with a tempo. So maybe it's worth it anyway. Let's play it. You know, if I can provoke him to play b3 here, and I've played queen b6, that's fine, right? He will have wasted a move with a pawn move that he doesn't probably want to make, and I will have improved and developed one of my pieces. And have it aggressively pointing at d4. That seems okay with me. So here, maybe I'll play bishop f5, maybe I'll play bishop g7, maybe I'll castle. Alright, so I made him go back. That's good. That's always good. Made him undevelop a piece. Let's get the knight out with the tempo on the d4 pawn now. I still couldn't have taken on d4 right away, because then there comes bishop b5 check, knight c6, and the bishop takes knight, and I lose my queen on d4. Okay. This is good so far. So far, so good. We've gotten him to move the bishop back. So we've really gained a tempo. We have a bunch of pieces out, and he's only got 2 pieces out. And we already castled. I think the next natural move here needs to be bishop f5. I imagine. We have to be able to get our pieces out. So I'm trying to think of what the right idea here for us should be at this point. Okay, let's put this knight here. Rook c8, knight b4 probably is something I might consider here shortly. Maybe I'll consider rook c8 right away, because it immediately threatens some type of knight d4 stuff right now. Like if knight e5, then I think I can play knight d4 here or something like that. Actually, knight e5, there's knight d7 also. So my other rook, I don't know if it needs to be on d8 or does it need to be on g8. That is something I need to figure out. So that's an interesting move. That is nice, actually. He wants to force a queen trade. And unfortunately, there may not be that many ways for me to avoid the queen trade now. It might actually just happen. Maybe I should have just played e6 earlier, huh? I might accept the doubled pawns on b6 and instead just play queen, sorry, not queen, pawn e6 here. That's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and let him take my queen. If he doesn't take it, then I'll probably move my queen to a6. a6 would be a beautiful square for the queen, taking over those light squares, but I'm pretty sure he's going to take my queen. Ooh, really? So let's take this knight to push this other knight back. Then let's play queen a6. Then we're going to play knight a5 and knight a4. No, sorry, knight c4. That'll be a good square for the knight. Maybe I'll also be able to play b4 and, b5 and b4 here shortly. I think we're ready for this idea now. Knight going to c4. Knight c4, queen takes a6, b takes, or takes. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want that doubled pawns like that. So let's first move the queen. Then we'll play knight c4 next move. If he wants to play bishop e5 to trade the bishops, that's fine with me. I'll just scoot the king over to h8 and start using the open g file to my advantage. Because he's, there's not that many dark square pieces. Oh, that's an interesting move. Okay, so I think I'm gonna play this right here. Pretty sure bishop c5 is coming next. Oh, wow. That move doesn't look that good to me, honestly. In all honesty, that move looks a little risky to me. Maybe now he'll play bishop c5. But this kind of helps me a little bit because now I can double my rooks on the c file if needed. Knight c4, knight takes c4, rook takes c4, b3, rook c6. So what is he threatening to play here? What is his actual threat here is the question. He's threatening to play rook, or rather bishop c5. Which would win the a7 pawn, but winning that pawn doesn't really give him a whole lot either. Because of my pressure that I'm going to have after rook a8. So I'm thinking probably knight c6 makes the most sense here. So maybe now queen b5 makes sense. Taking over those light squares again. Now I'm going to play b6 next maybe. To make that bishop on c5 feel awkward. I might be able to trap that bishop ultimately. Possibly, maybe. He does have d6 to escape. That's another annoying problem. Takes, b6, bishop a6. It's not gonna work. So let's come back this way. Is he gonna play queen a3 again? Certainly possible. Maybe after queen a3 I can play queen d3. Attacks the knight. Maintains those light square control. I don't want to trade the bishops with him because, look, all my pawns are on light squares. He's got the worst bishop than compared to me. So I am going to try to maintain my bishop actually in this position, probably. So this knight's going to hop to f3 probably. Oh, that's an interesting move too. Well, these knight discoveries are going to be annoying. You definitely know that. Let's play this queen here. We're trying to keep pressure. Right now, we're tying the rooks and everything down to protecting each other. So the threat is rook d2, I believe. I might try to trap my queen. I played this move to just keep the rooks from going to c1 and d2. Continuing to limit the number of squares that he has to his advantage, I think. Now, knight could pop into e5, and that's fine with me. I'll be happy to trade off the knight on e5. My knight isn't doing a whole lot in this position. It doesn't have any good prospects, but he always has this beautiful e5 square as a prospect. So that trade is probably fine for me. Trading knights is okay, because that also limits any kind of attacking potential that he might have. But I don't want to trade the bishop, so I want to keep this bishop. So next move, I'm playing b6, I think. Although I have to watch out for queen a6 type of stuff. That is an interesting move, for sure. I'll play b6 here. I'll try to make this bishop on c5 feel a little uncomfortable. He's gonna have to go to d6 probably. Seems to be the only square where it doesn't get trapped. Let's put a little pressure on this guy. So next move, maybe bishop f8 will happen. Should be the goal. But maybe first I play knight a5. Now bishop f8 might be more powerful because I don't want him to play queen b3 and get out of this. But he also still has queen b4. No, he doesn't have queen b4. What am I saying? Bishop f8, he is toasted. So he needs to find some way out of here very quickly. So after bishop f8, there's something like rook d2 doesn't work because I can just take the rook. So I'll go, win an exchange in that variation. So he really needs to find something, some sort of answer. So now I can play this move, I think. I believe this is a trap. If I take his queen, he'll take my queen, of course. Can I run with my queen anywhere else? Possibly not. Queen takes, knight takes, bishop takes, he takes my rook. Alright, I know for sure this is going to lead to hopefully something. Take his bishop, he takes my bishop. Or do I take on b2 and save my bishop? I think I'm going to take on b2 to save my bishop. And be up a pawn. And attack the ones on c3 and d4 as well now. And his bishop is still hanging also on top of that. Take here, I think. If I can get the one on d4 also, then this will be a very winning endgame for me, I believe. Have to be careful here. Takes, check. Yeah, I had a feeling he would do something like that. So I guess now I'll just block like that. Maybe now I'll play here. Stopping any kind of b4 business. Now maybe I can just start pushing the d-pawn, honestly. Just d4, d3, etc. It's a passed pawn, you know. But first I'm going to improve my king, though. So f6 might happen next. Oh, so he's threatening a check already now. He's threatening a pretty devastating check. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Bishop here. That check is extremely strong. Holy crap. Goodness. I don't know. I have to make a move. Just... Luckily, I have g7 guarded with my rook. I think I'm going to play rook d8 now. and then come this way with the rook to g8. Hopefully that'll solve my problems. But then e6 is a problem now. Now I think I've solved my problems for real. That was a time pressure move. I couldn't find anything. He was starting to take on a5. Now it's going to be a tricky endgame. There's a lot going on here after that capture. It's going to bring his rook into this position with, yep, lots of menace. Oh, God, dear God. This is awful. That was the worst move I could have possibly made, I think. He's going to eat every pawn now. Literally going to take everything now. Ciao. I'll get the one on f2 at least. Maybe my king could be close enough to eat both of these pawns. I don't know. Maybe. Slim possibility, but probably not. He's going to be a draw. He's going to get into the corner, and that'll be the end of that. That's it. Nothing I can do to stop the draw here. Oh, man, that was just unfortunate. That was just a time pressure thing. I just couldn't find anything against bishop takes a5. I should just let him have the pawn on a5, honestly. I have no idea why I just did all this. Yeah, this was a bad game. Poor conversion. So we're going to let it analyze for a second, and then, yeah, let's look at it. So one blunder only, okay. That blunder probably was bishop b4. So all this is pretty standard stuff. g6, knight c6 are all playable. So here, do we ever go back to theory? No. Okay, so let's look at this move, queen to bishop f4, because it's not orthodox move at all. Queen b6 is the right response. Then knight c6. Then right away e5 is interesting. I played a more quieter move, bishop g7, which is more human-like in this position, I think. Castle. Then bishop f5 to get the bishop out. Queen c2. I played knight e4. Rook c8. Oh, rook f to c8. Interesting. I played rook a to c8. Then I just played e6. And then he didn't take my queen, so I just moved it away to queen a6. Oh, first I took the knight. Then queen. Knight a5, queen here. Queen to b6. Then this stuff starts happening. Again, I didn't want to trade the queens. So now I could have taken the queen again, but I chose to keep it and continue to fight. Yeah, bishop h6, right response, stopping the bishop rook d2 stuff. And b6. Rook d8. Oops. Okay, now knight a5. Makes sense. Bishop a8. Mistake. He could have played b4. Oh, wow, okay. That's interesting. I didn't think about that move, actually. So here I just take this. This. And I grab b2. I'm gonna play bishop f6. Okay, so I grab c3. And I even grab d4. Then I played a5 to stop any kind of bishop b4 stuff. But f6 makes a lot more sense, actually. Yeah, that should have been the move. It's a completely winning position for me, obviously, now. I could have even played king f7, interestingly. Oh, wow, king e8, yeah. That's interesting. Eventually just walk my king out of this situation using the rook. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't see all that. So here we just kind of shuffle for a second, and then I came up with a plan to get the rook out like this. So here he was threatening to play bishop takes a5. But if he played bishop takes a5, I think I could have just played bishop takes f2, right? So computer's suggesting rook g8. Then this. Then this. Something like that when I'm still up a couple of pawns. It's not that easy. Well, in time pressure, I just could not think of what to do. I played this stupid move, and yeah, it's just really bad after this. Every pawn, just have so many pawn weaknesses. Everything fell apart after this point. To keep my advantage, I had to find this tricky move e5 to save some of the pawns, but didn't find it. The one e6 pawn fell, and with it fell everything else as well. Yeah, he took every pawn after this. So here, this move. Rook takes e6. It's a dead draw already because none of my pawns are surviving. Let's go take everything. He just took 3 pawns and I haven't even taken 1 pawn. He just took 4 pawns. In the time I took 1 pawn. So he basically got all his material back. Oh, wow, here he's just better. There's nothing I can do. And I just simplify this down to draw. I just played it out. The moves just, whatever. All right, so that's it. A good game, but just a really poor finish, you could say. Just time pressure, really. But still, should have been able to find a better move than bishop b4 in that position. But that's how it goes. Some are good, some are bad. But last 2 games I've drawn, so that's better than last couple of weeks ago when I was just losing every game. So yeah, I'll catch you in my next video.